Hello teacher, our group is formed by
Jordi Ordóñez,
Karina Herrera,
Janina Orellana,
and Diana Orellana.
and we're going to talk about participant observation. Participant observation is an approach to collect information about human background, and through this find the hows and the whys of people attitude. Now, why use participant observation? There are 5 reasons to use it. The first is that being a participant as well as the observer allows us to get more deep information. The second reason is that the participant observer is able to see the true attitude of participants because he or she already has the trust of them. The third reason is that through the participant observer, we can understand better and faster the culture of the participants. And in this way, we know what to ask and how to ask it. The fourth reason is that the information can be deducted by the participant observer due to the closeness of participant observer and participants. Also, the investigation has more validity. And the final reason is that it allows us to study data that otherwise we couldn't learn.
here we have some other benefits of using this technique. The first one, to establish the topics of inquiry for later, more structured data collection. Participant observation is an excellent technique when we have little knowledge about a social setting. Second, avoid suspect self-reported data. Participant observation can help us to understand the topics for which people cannot accurately report their own behavior. Third, identify behaviors that might go unreported or be missed due to the limitations of procedural memories. When we are in the interviews, focus groups, and surveys, we tend to miss routine behaviors. With participant observation, we can allow them to become part of the data. Fourth, lesson reporting data. We must have direct knowledge of social scenes, otherwise we may collect data that reflect our own point of view rather than the social reality of people in it. Fifth, to integrate the observed behavior into its physical context. This technique can help us to feel how the setting and the behavior are connected. And the last one, to see the behavior you are interested in as it happens. When we have observable behavior questions, we can trust about them secondhand. With participant observation, we can distinguish more specific details than the other techniques.
The role of the participant observation in the research process. Participant observation, it is usually at the beginning of the investigative process and is a useful method to then keep meaningful information. Likewise, it has a main function of interpret the context of quantitative data collected or explain the score in data. In summary, participant observation is an important aid not only to avoid omission of relevant data, but also at the moment of give explanation of the findings. This makes it a factor to keep in mind to include in a mixed method study.
Okay, now I'm going to explain some of the disadvantages of the participant observation. The first disadvantage is potentially and unpredictable time consuming. So it means that the time we are in the scene is uncertain and it could be a great waste of time which will affect the development of the research. The second disadvantage is highly practitioner sensitive. So here is probably that the interviewer provides deeper of different information that might be complicated to make a comparison with the other results. The third disadvantage is that the results are difficult to generalize due to most participants change their behavior or the attitude when they are being interviewed, the results will not be accurate. Okay, the last disadvantage is your audience may not respect it. It refers that here sponsors could not consider the participant observation as a very efficient technique because it is very flexible. In conclusion, you have to be careful in the way that you are going to design and use the participant observation. However, there are a lot of manners to do a good plan with the correct elements in order to avoid those mistakes. Thank you.